Oh, just good, man. Just good to be back out there. I love playing basketball, so just good to be on the floor again.
What do you think of your play, or how do you assess how you did coming back for the first time?
I thought it was all right. This team's depended on me in the fourth throughout the year, and I was trash in the fourth, so got to be better there. So, but just knocking some rust off, getting in rhythm. 4 for 13 from three is not me. But that was expected coming back. But we just want to finish that game better for sure.
Speaking of that fourth, 15 points for you guys as a team. What do you feel like caused you guys to stagnate on the offensive end? It felt like you were kind of settling for some jumpers, for example.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some missed shots. I think there was a lot of stuff that went into it. Poor fourth quarter all around. I think we didn't get our first foul in the fourth till the last 30 seconds. I'm not going to say anything, but what was the tweet? Sleepless nights? So I don't know, man. I can't control everything out there. We can't control everything out there. We got to be better. It's not on that. But, man, they must be a really good defensive team. One foul in a whole quarter of basketball. But, man, what can you do? We got to be better. 15 points isn't acceptable.
Perhaps the only positive for you tonight is the All-Star appearance is now official. What can you say about that, and how did it feel to get that nomination?
It felt good. I don't want to sit up here and sound like arrogant or anything like that. Coming into the day, I just really felt like I had a good opportunity. I feel like I've had a good opportunity for the majority of the year. So I'm just excited that it's official. I've worked really hard to get here. Obviously, year 3 would have never expected that I'd be able to accomplish this in 3 years in the NBA. But I'm really excited. I just thank my teammates, thank my coaching staff in the front office for believing in me. You don't do this alone. It takes a village. So I'm just really excited to go to Utah and represent the Indiana Pacers.
When you go to Salt Lake, are there any people in it? I know you know everybody, but are there any folks that you really want to spend some time with and get to know a little bit better?
No, not really. I'm just excited to go out there with I'm a basketball junkie before I'm before I'm an NBA player. I grew up wanting to, be in the NBA my whole life. So all these dudes in the league I've kind of looked up to my whole life. So being able to go out there, obviously I'm coming into my own now as an NBA player and as a young man, but I'm just excited to be out there, with other greats and guys that I've looked up to and watched my whole life. So excited to pick their brains, ask questions, things like that. Just learn from guys for sure.
Your dad said when you were 8 years old, I don't know if he was just making this up, but he said when you were like 8 years old, you said, I'm going to be an all-star. Do you have any recollection? Is he just talking, or is that the way it happened?
No. When I was like 5, I used to play like NBA Live 05, and I didn't know how to start a game other than playing like the All-Star weekend. So I would always play the All-Star game and the rookie-sophomore game. So those are like the big accomplishments for me if I ever made it to the NBA. So just excited, man. It's an exciting time for me and my family for sure.
And you get to go out there with a couple other guys, with Buddy and everybody else. What does that mean to you to have 4 guys out there representing the team?
It's exciting, man. Obviously we're a young group. We're up and coming in the league. We got 2 guys playing the Rising Stars game, Buddy in the three-point contest. We're well represented out there. So it's an exciting time to be an Indiana Pacer fan. Obviously, we got to get the year back going on the win column as the way we want. But I think the future's bright here.
When exactly were you looking up at the big board when Shaq announced it, or when did you know exactly?
I got told like a little bit before warm-ups. KP let me know, and Carlisle let me know. So it's a real exciting time, man. It's a surreal feeling. I don't think it's really hit me yet. I don't think it really hit me till I get home tonight and reflect. But to be honest, I'm thinking more about this game and how we let it get away from us. So frustrated by that. But yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's really exciting for me.
Quite a game. Fourth quarter, I'm not sure what to say about that. I've never seen a 16-0 free throw discrepancy in the fourth quarter of an NBA game, ever. And so we were disappointed. So the good news is we got another opportunity tomorrow. And we're going to have to do some things better, obviously. But I loved a lot of the things that we did throughout the game to put ourselves in a position to win the game. And, everything gets magnified down the stretch of NBA games. But the foul discrepancy and the free throw discrepancy is something that I've never witnessed in 38 years in this league. So hopefully something like that is an outlier.
To that end, no foul shots will be a factor here, but 15 points in the fourth for you guys. What did you sense that changed that allowed them to slow you guys down or slowed you guys down in that quarter?
Well, they got to the bonus, 3 minutes in, and they just put their heads down, and then the whistle just kept blowing, and and it's if you're an NBA team, the best way to set your defense is shoot a free throw. Then you back up and set your defense, and that's the best opportunity that you have to get a defensive stop in today's game. So give them credit for, using an aggressive strategy. I haven't looked at the fourth quarter yet. I'm a little afraid to, frankly. But, and we've got to execute better, and, we've got to find a way to get some stops without fouling, So, and that's all I'll say about the officiating, because it is a tough job. There was just a lot going on out there. And they'll see it in black and white in New York.
Tyrese back today for the first time in a couple of weeks. What did you
Actually, they'll see it in HD.
What did you think of the way he played, what he was able to do for you guys, the life he injected into this team today?
All-star, he just lights up our building. Our team plays a different game. I was trying to keep his minutes reasonable. If, to win the game, he needed to go back in there with 9 minutes to go. And, 35 minutes would be okay. I mean, he has been working, but we're going to have to regroup pretty quickly, because Sacramento, even without Fox tomorrow, who's not with the team for personal reasons, I guess, per the injury report, is a hell of a team and having a great year. And, Domas is, I didn't hear, is he an all-star? I assume he is. I mean, he's been a monster all year. And so, but, two great young players. I mean, Domas and Ty, obviously the trade has been great for both teams. That's always a really good thing. And we'll look forward to the challenge tomorrow. It won't be easy.
Rick, you know how hard it is to be an NBA All-Star. That being said, how proud of you of Tyrese knowing, third year, here he is at a place that a lot of players love to be at one day.
Tyrese has earned it. He's done everything right. He's done everything the right way. He was disappointed in the trade initially, but then he saw the opportunity here and embraced it. He's planted his footing here. He's committed himself to being the on-court leader of this franchise. And he's performed at an amazing level when he plays. A 20 and 10 point guard is gold in this league. Particularly one that, also has the it factor when it comes to, the crowd identifying with him. I see so much of Reggie in him. Just, the way that these guys move on the court, their emotions, what they're about, how they work, all those things. So, I'm really thrilled for him. He certainly earned it. And again, you never want to go through a tough stretch like we've gone through without him, but it was further proof of how good it really is.
What impressed you about Aaron on both ends? He was 9 of 12 from the floor, 5 of 8 from 3, and obviously got the LeBron assignment. Just what do you think about just his all-around game tonight?
I thought Aaron Nesmith was terrific. started off the game hitting shots, running on the break. Took the challenge. I mean, it's a hard challenge guarding James. He was able to stay reasonably out of foul trouble. You know, it never got to 2 in the first or 3 in the second. But I think he finally did get to 5 in the fourth quarter, which you almost expect. But tonight shows why we're excited about him, as a player in our future.
Coach Ham called Anthony Davis like one of the biggest X factors in the league. Just how does AD's defensive versatility, how does that impact the game, and how did that kind of change what you guys are trying to do in that last possession? Or impact?
Coach who?
Coach Ham.
Oh, Ham. Okay, I thought you said M. Yeah. Look, he's an amazing player. I mean, you talk about a guy that makes the game look easy. I mean, wow. And, he has major impact at both ends. So, if he's healthy in the next 30 games or however many they have left, and, they got LeBron and Westbrook's playing at a high level and their role players do their job. I mean, this is a dangerous team in the West. I mean, it's pretty clustered up. They're winning right now. Strange things happen around the All-Star break. I mean, they're getting it going. But Anthony Davis is, he's always been a special player. It's always just been, staying on the floor, because his greatness has never been questioned, ever.
He's a floor spacer. He's a playmaker, and he makes everybody's job easier. And, you saw that tonight, especially with the way we started. Ball was moving, ball was popping, guys were getting easy shots. And so, it's just it's night and day when we have him out there.
What was your reaction to him being named an All-Star today?
I mean, happy, man. It's a big-time honor. 3rd season, All-Star, well-deserved, whole team, whole organization. I think hopefully the whole city is happy for him, It's big time.
You obviously got the LeBron assignment today. How did you feel like it? What were you happy about in terms of how you defended him? What was the experience like?
I mean, in the first half, did a good job on him. Second half, I showed my hands as much as possible, and they kept dinging me with some calls. I disagree with some of them, and got him to the free throw line, put him in the bonus. It was tough.
Obviously, you mentioned the fouls, but I guess and that's a significant piece of it. But, is there anything about just execution, shot making, whatever, that you guys were bothered by in the fourth?
Talking about from them? For us? The ball started sticking a little bit. Started sticking a little bit. Wasn't moving it as much. They started pressing and really denying our point guard, so our pace slowed down, our movement slowed down, and that was why we had 15 in the fourth. Yeah.
You talked a little bit this week about shooting through the wrist injury. How much better do you feel like your shot is, especially over the last couple of games? And how much do you feel like you kind of worked through it and started to find a rhythm there?
Still, just preparation every day. Whether I'm working through it or not, same thing. No excuses to be made on making or missing open shots. So, got to make them.
Yeah, of course. You can see. We were just, I don't know, it was just hard. It's just hard to stay in a game when stuff isn't going your way, calls and stuff. Again, it's a learning experience. I feel like, we could have lost by 1. It was other things we could have did prior to the second half that could have affected the game. So, it's a learning experience for us. We're just going to keep growing and just keep learning from games like this. So, just moving on. We got another one tomorrow, so just trying to try to get that one.
Did you have a sense, did Rick give you a sense coming in this is how it was going to be, that Daniel was going to get in the first half and that you were going to get some second half minutes, and did that work out, I guess? Did you kind of come in fresh?
Coach told me and Sticks before the game that UT was going to play the first half, and he was going to sit him second half, and when I was going to play, he was telling us just to stay ready.
Mm-hmm.
That was his whole message during shoot around and stuff. And I feel like I did a good job coming in, bringing energy and stuff, doing what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm just gonna continue to just keep working.
Do you feel like you've been able to keep in that mindset? We talked a while back, especially when you went down to Fort Wayne for a
Yeah.
couple of days. It was just about just doing what you do. I mean, do you feel like you've continued to do that? Do
Yeah,
you
of
think
course.
you stayed in that groove?
Yeah, of course. I mean, it just took me figuring it out. I mean, it took some time, but I mean, I know what I have to do. I know my role, and I mean, I'm just gonna just keep doing me, keep doing what I do, also working and stuff. So.
Tell us more about that putback dunk.
I didn't know. I watched the highlight of it, but I didn't know it was that crazy. I just remember because a lot of basketball people can relate. Like when you going up for a tip dunk, and like that it's just that click second that you just know that like where the ball is coming. And when I seen it, I just threw it in. I couldn't really grab the rim, so I just tried to throw it in. And the reaction, you seen the bench reaction, was
Right.
crazy. I mean, it just felt amazing. So
When on your way up do you know that you can grab it and go, and you don't have to come down?
anytime, every time, anytime, every time. So.